Good afternoon. Welcome. Come on in. Today is Sunday, February 25th, and you are at Barbara's Stamp Pad on this gorgeous sunny Sunday afternoon from San Antonio, Texas. Let me start that cam there. I want to welcome you, whether you are watching from Facebook or YouTube. Trying to adjust my chair here because I have a visitor sitting behind me. I'll show y'all a cute picture of who is sitting behind me. Who is trying to not be seen, basically. And let me pull him up. This is what's behind me, you guys. He is trying to hide. He thinks that he cannot be seen. That would be Beano. Yeah. So he might have to move here in a moment if he gets too wiggly. And I'm kind of in an awkward position, but I want to welcome you this sunny afternoon. I hope you all are doing well wherever you are watching from. Today, we are going to be putting together the class kit that you can get in the mail several different ways in the month of March. Now, everything I'm going to be showing you today, these products are not going to be available until March the 1st, and these are going to be products that you'll be able to get out of our March-April catalog. By the way, I'm Barbara Ragsdale, and I am a close to my heart maker that lives in San Antonio, Texas. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do some cards that are basically in the catalog. And my inspiration is going to come from, let me bring this down just a little bit, from pages 16, these two cards. I'm changing them up just a little bit. And then also page 20, top left-hand corner, we're going to be putting together those cards using the Let's Go Anywhere paper pack and coordinating colors and cardstock, and specifically the stamp set that you see on page 20. I'm loving that heart that is the shape of the world, or it's the world, but it's the shape of a heart. Let me put you that way. And there's lots of nice, fun sentiments that you can work with there. Let me bring that up a little bit. So you can see all of the different sentiments that we'll be working with. We're only going to use 4 of the sentiments, but you can mix and match if you have, if you end up getting this particular stamp set. And let me show you, I have this one right here. This particular class kit that we're going to be featuring today, you can get this several ways in the month of March. One of them is going to be your online order of $35 or more. Or if you join as a VIP, you can flat outright just purchase it for a flat $15 plus $6 shipping, with the option to add on the stamp and thin cuts if you want to do that. And also my VIPs will get the tutorials for free. So that's another perk of being a VIP. And the class kit is going to contain enough supplies to make 2 of each of the cards. So I know it's going to probably be a good hour today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me show you this paper pack, by the way. If you missed last night's scrapbook live, I had to do something different because the gnomes stuff is stuck in Houston, you guys. It is literally stuck in Houston. It's been there for the last 2 days. I joked about just driving down there and picking it up and coming back within a few hours. But I don't think that's an option. But this is the paper pack that we're going to be working today. And this paper pack is $7.95. You do get 6 sheets. They're double-sided. And let me show you. You've got this side, and of course, you've got the zip strip as well. The flip side to that is that particular side. And then you have this one. plus the world zip strip up at the top. And the flip side to that one are these flight line patterns, super cute. And then you have this image, this map image with those location marks. And the flip side to that, I couldn't figure out last night what it was, or even before that. When you look really, really closely, it looks like it might be tire track marks, but also it kind of looks like dots. But I really think it was intended to be tire track marks. But anyway, so that's the pattern paper that we're going to be working with today. And then the coordinating colors that we're working with, we have scarlet, we have sapphire, we have pine, toffee, and then there's also mink, but then there's also French vanilla as well, which is, you know, like a vanilla color. So I didn't pull that one, but I did pull the mink one. But those are the coordinating colors we're going to be working with. And so let me set that aside. This is the stamp set again. By the way, this particular stamp set, you can purchase all by itself if you wanted to. The stamp only is going to be $15.95. And if you decide to purchase it with the thin cuts, which it comes with two thin cuts, a heart, two hearts basically, one smaller obviously than the other. But if you purchase the stamp and thin cuts together, this is going to be $21.95. And our thin cuts do come on their own little magnetic sheet. So that's kind of handy to have, as well as each stamp set comes with its own little foam insert so that it will help you with your stamping. So we're going to be doing some stamping and kind of a little bit of everything, but I've tried to do as much as I can beforehand just to save on some time. So let me catch up on some comments and see who's here. I can welcome you. Hello, Paula. Hello, Beverly and Jackie. Welcome, ladies. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with card number 1. I didn't dress up the envelopes. So they're just basic, white envelopes. But here is card number 1. Well, at least my rendition of it. If you notice in the catalog, there's a couple. There's a red arrow and there's a couple of hearts. Because the class kit's not going to have the stickers, what they used was stickers on there basically. And so I'm not planning on putting any stickers in there. So I'm kind of having to modify it a little bit and kind of do my own little version of it. So they're going to be real simple. The next one has a lot of layers to it. So let's put that, let me bring this down just a little bit more, get a little closer. And I got all my pieces here. I have already done as much stamping and die cutting that I can possibly do to save some time. This particular card is going to be a portrait card, and I decided to stamp the back of them, all of them, in sapphire with the Angel Policy stamp. And because there's a heart that's in the stamp, I'm using the Close to My Heart in the round scallop circle. Round circle. It's the same thing, Barbara. I'm using the heart artwork back here. All right. And then I'm going to leave that open and just set that off to the side because let me get rid of this envelope. I don't need the envelope. We're going to start with this piece of pattern paper. And in the tutorials, all of the measurements will be there for you. So if you want to replicate this, how I figured out the measurements are, then you'll have all of that, and then you can adjust it if you think you need to adjust it. Okay. Oh, that's not straight right here. Let me straighten that out. There we go. That's more straight. All right. So I have that. And then I am going to be doing some sponging today using my sponge daubers. And I'm going to take shortbread. Sounds good, shortbread. And I've got one of my sponge daubers, and I have this piece of white daisy. And we're just going to give it a little bit of color all around the edge. Okay. Not going to go crazy with it because we just want a little bit of color. We're going to be doing the same thing on the piece of shortbread. And this is just to give it a little distressed look all around the edge. Give it a little pop of color so that it'll kind of mesh well with that piece of shortbread that we're going to put on top of that. I hope all are doing fabulous wherever you're at. I hope the weather is fair. It is sunny over here in San Antonio, and I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and put this down. We just distress the edges with shortbread. We're going to put that right in the middle and start to see this card come together. Okay, and then I have this piece of pattern paper. The flip side was that this was that, but we're going to be using that side. And we're going to put this, I'm going to put this down the middle of our card. Just line it up at the top and bottom. Okay, and then we have our piece of shortbread, which we're going to be using the darker side. If you've not noticed before, that's the darker side of shortbread, and I'm going to flip this piece over. You can see it's a few shades lighter. So our cardstock has two sides to it, depending on what level of darkness you want to use. And I think on all of these, I chose to use the darker side. There might be a piece in one of the other cards where I decided to use a lighter side. I'll have to look at that when I get to that point, but I couldn't remember. But I'm liking the sponge daubing. Just kind of makes it look a little old worldish. Reminds me of when you season your Pampered Chef stoneware too. My husband still calls it dirty, but I try to tell him it's not dirty, it's seasoned. But then again, he would think sapphire is just blue, you know, or jade it's just green, you know. All right, so I am done with the shortbread. I'm going to leave sapphire open because I'm going to be stamping with that. But what I'm going to do on this one is I want to pop this up with some dimensionals. You can also use some 3D tape if you want to use something a little bit more like bigger pieces. I still have a lot of these dimensionals left over I want to use up. And we're going to put this right in the middle of that. It's not completely like the same length, but that's on purpose. And then I went ahead and stamped the heart image. I don't know if it's me or if it's just because the stamp was new when I started stamping with it, but the image in the catalog looked really solid. It looks solid. And I stamped it with jade. Okay. But I actually I kind of like how it just didn't do it like I guess how it's supposed to, as far as like a full strength. It makes it look a little older basically. But I'm going to keep trying because I want to get that solid image. Of course it could just be the stamp, I don't know, but in the catalog it just looks like it's a solid image. And then we're going to put that right in the middle. Okay, and that's that large die cut. So it die cuts a really large heart. And then since I have my sapphire open over here, we're going to be stamping, where did it go? You mean the world to me. So let me ink that up. And then we're going to put that right across. Make sure I got that inked up pretty good, and you can see exactly where I'm going to be stamping. Yay. There we go. And then let me close up Sapphire. Beano's starting to move. And I'm going to put some adhesive right in the middle of that, because we're going to hover that right across that heart. So it just kind of sits right on top of that heart. Now I did, instead of the stickers, I went ahead and die cut, because I had scraps left over of Scarlet from something else. I went ahead and took the die cut, the small heart die cut. That's part of the thin cuts. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of that. And I'm just going to replace those two stickers with this one Scarlet heart and put that right there. And then I wanted to go ahead and put those two black die cuts on, but bear with me here, because I'm going to have to do this off camera to get a little bit closer. I'm using glue dots on the back of this, but you can also get away with using like a dab of glue. I think last night on my scrapbook videos, I used a dab of glue, and I'm going to put those right up there. I was trying to hide the glue dot the best I could, so it wouldn't catch on anything. I don't think I did a good job on that one, but I'm going to try to get it on this one. All I'm doing is trying to kind of wad up the glue dot. But last night I used a dab of glue, and that seemed to work okay on the, let me turn that sideways, kind of like an X. We'll put those two on there. Now, I will say on the die cuts, there's only so many X's that are on the die cuts that come when you get the paper pack and the die cuts, or you get the whole collection. So in the kits, there may be other die cuts that might be part of that. Alternatively, you can also either take a little black marker, or you can take the black lip pen, and right here on this piece of shortbread, you can just do like a couple of X's. If you want to just write them on there, you can do that, or you can leave them off. There's lots of different ways you can do this. And that is card number 1. You mean the world to me. I think that would be perfect pretty much at any given time of the year. But if you travel with your spouse or partner or friends, this is just like a perfect overall card. It's very simple. It does have all these different colors that really mesh well together. I love the world that's in the shape of the heart. And you mean the world to me. That can be given to anybody, right? And hello, Stella. Facebook. I had an issue with my video last night, and it's really weird, but it's something completely different. I don't think that was Facebook's fault. So y'all might not see my video on Facebook, but it's from last night, but it's definitely on YouTube. Somebody is trying to claim a copyright off the countdown intro, which is really weird, because it's a public intro that a lot of people use, and Facebook allows me to connect through StreamYard to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I think it's a moot point. I think somebody's just trying to claim my video. Like I said, it's really weird. But anyway, that is card number 1 that you get in the kit. So if you're looking for last night's video, I did appeal it with Facebook. So, but if you want to go see the 2 one-page layouts that I did, you're going to have to go look at it on YouTube right now, unless Facebook realized it was a false claim, basically, and they allowed it back up. So, thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you. All right, card number 2. This one just simply says, you make the world better. But we do have a lot of layers going on. And I did have a couple of strips of the sticker left over that had the scallop. So, oops, sorry about that. I need to put some more tape on that to help hold that down. But anyway, that is going to be card number 2. It's also going to be a portrait card as well. We're doing 3 portraits and a landscape card. So let's stamp the back of that. By the way, this paper that we're using, not the stamp, but the paper, this is going, let me leave that open too. This is the paper that we're using if you choose to take the Let's Go Anywhere card making or scrapbooking workshop or retreat. Now those projects are completely different. So this is a different, what I'm doing today. I thought, oh, I couldn't remember where I put adhesive because I was talking at the same time. Oh, and I forgot to trim this down. Yikes. I knew something wasn't quite right. Let me trim it. This is supposed to be trimmed down. My original thought was to cover the whole front, and I changed my mind because that happens, right? So let me get this in here, and I've already put adhesive on the back, but it should pop right back up because that's happened once before. And let's trim that down too. It's basically a standard mat size, but I forgot to go pull my sheet from the card that I was demonstrating to do that. I think I got all the other pieces because I did that after the fact, basically. But we are going to mat this piece of pattern paper right on the front. And then we have these 3 pieces of pattern paper. I've only done one of them. So let's trim up these 2 pieces. I basically just oh, hold on, Barbara. One of these. Okay, that is for that. That is for that. Okay. Ooh. There we go. I almost cut the wrong piece. I wanted to do one piece, but I've already done the other 2 where we do the banner cut. So I want to make sure the passports are going in the right direction. And we're just going to cut down the center of it. Just a manual cut. And then from corner to tip there. And then flip it around and do the other corner. And then you got a banner cut there. And you didn't have to go drag it through a die cut to get it. All right, so this one, I'm out. Y'all remember the last time I went out in the middle of, right after I got going. Just opening up another package here. So I can take that out. Go ahead and close that. These are on with like a hinge. So it just opens and then you pop that out and then you pop the new one. Pop the new one in and then you just close it. And then we're ready. All right. Temporary little interruption there. But I wasn't going to go anywhere else with an empty one. All right. So we're going to get this one down, kind of going in that direction. All right. And the next one to go down is going to be the map. And I remember on this one, I cut the banner kind of a little crazy, but I went ahead and just left it because I didn't want to mess it up. Yes, Chris is doing his laundry. Just because that cut's going to get lost with everything else going on. And then a smaller one. They're all different lengths because some of these are going to get covered up. and then do that one kind of like that. That can be kind of sideways, or it can be however you want it. And then I've got this piece of shortbread that I went ahead and we're going to distress just the top and the bottom real quickly, because the sides are going to get covered up with the other layers. So we're going to save a little bit of ink there just by doing the top and bottom. And you can do more or you can do less, whatever your preference of that is. Okay, so this piece goes on next, and you see kind of how that gets covered up. So I could have used shorter pieces if I wanted to, and I might go down and cut the other ones that I've already done. I might, I don't know. And then we're going to put that right there. We do want about a little more than 1/2 inch of this paper to show at the bottom. Okay. And then this piece that I almost cut earlier, we're going to go ahead and put that on, because that's going to help give me the guide that I need in order to stamp the 3 little hearts down in this bottom left-hand part of the shortbread. Okay, so we want a little bit of that to show at the top. Got a lot of layers on this one. And then let's grab the shortbread and let me find my, I have 2 hearts loaded on the same block. My small one that I'm working with is on the back side, and I'm going to ink that up really good. And then let me make sure I got to stand up to do this, you guys, because I want to make sure I'm stamping it on the shortbread. There we go. My heart on the top is kind of in my vision, so I'm hoping that perfect. All right, and then let me clean that. So I'm going to be using the small heart for something else later, and then close that up. Sorry, Bean. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment here. And it's 2 stamps. We're going to stamp this image first, this little flight line pattern that created that heart with the airplane at the end. So let's ink that up and stamp that kind of like that. I'm going to try to clean my stamps as I go along, because on the last card, I used some of these stamps and I want to make sure they're clean. And then the next one is You Make the World Better, also in sapphire. And we're going to stamp it right there. And then that one heart, we're done with sapphire, but I'm going to open scarlet. That one heart, I stamped it in the heart that is like stitch. It's like a stitch. And I stamped it in scarlet, kind of off to the side like that. And then let me clean that, because I'm going to use that heart again in shortbread. It's a lot of stamping and die cutting here. Let me put that off to the side. I went ahead and just die cut my heart because I'm finding it easier to die cut the images and then stamp on. Oh, that's the wrong size. I need the big heart. Let me make sure that's clean. I'm finding it easier to die cut the image and then stamp on it afterwards, so that I don't get crazy trying to line things up on and then die cutting it and wasting paper. All right, so this piece that we stamped on, we're going to mat that onto this piece of pine. Just a simple rectangle happening here. And I'm using the darker side. I am using the darker side. So let's mat that. Okay, and then we're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Okay, let's get those off. And then we're going to put our little, this is going to go right here. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Getting ahead of myself, you guys. And this piece I know has to be trimmed down because I'm using the zip strip from the paper, and this is about 1/4 inch too much. And that was another afterthought, by the way. So I'm going to trim this down another 1/4 inch. And it's going to look so much better. Although y'all didn't know what it looked like before, but it did. It looks so much better trimmed down. All right, so let's get this piece on there. This is about to get covered up. This is going to go in the middle. And then the zip strip that has the world on it, we're going to put that in the middle of that piece of scarlet. And I guess it really matters. The world, the world doesn't look upside down or right side up, either way you look at it. All right, there we go. Now we can put this on. That kind of goes right there in the middle. And then in with the kit, I'm going to include a little strip of the sticker that has the scallops on it. And we're going to put that right back here, just so you got a little piece of that scallop showing. And then also, because there's scraps of those too, the paper that has all the passports on it, you're going to have a passport. It might not be this color. It might be a different color passport, but you're going to have a passport in there. And we're going to pop that. Did I pop that one up? No, we didn't. We're just going to put that down flat. We're going to put this right here on this corner just to soften up that edge a little bit. And we're going to use that dimensional to put on the back of the heart that I just grab on. Having a hard issue with my fingers here. There we go. And then we're going to put that heart kind of right there on the corner as well. And I don't have any more pieces left over, so that's card number 2. Card number 2. Make the world better. Hello, Marcia. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Card number 2. I'll fix that sample of mine there. All right, card number 3. This one has the vibes of like a baby card. Oh, it's cute. Lots of hearts on this one, you guys. Oh, as I was doing it, I'm like, what was I thinking? All these stamping hearts and these little thin cuts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? But it was okay. I was able to die cut 2 hearts at the same time by layering them. All right, so let's stamp the back. Of course, with any of these sentiments, you can switch them out. I don't know if y'all caught that at the very beginning, but the this stamp set has other sentiments: happy birthday, happy anniversary, and thank you. We just happen to use the other ones, but you can totally switch those out. And then we are done. I think we're done with sapphire. All right, so let's flip it over, put this together. We're going to cover the whole front of this card with a piece of sapphire, the dark side, of course. So let's do that. Cover this whole front. Alternatively, you could cut a base in sapphire that's all blue, but then you'd have to cut a piece of white daisy to go on the inside if you wanted to do that. And then we're going to be using the same paper. I was kind of almost against it, and I almost like switched it out with something else because the paper packs only have so much of each one of the papers. But I was like, I'll go ahead and use the paper. So in your kit, you might, I'm going to try not to do that, but you might end up having a different piece on this card. And we're going to put that right in the middle. I don't know. I'm liking how the mink and the sapphire look, you know, as far as the colors. So we'll see. And then we've got this map pattern paper. And I'll put that down next, kind of in the lower half down here. And then I die cut. That was another thing. It used, the heart used this side of the paper, which is the flip side to the that flight paper. So there's a lot of the same paper being used on this card. But I wanted to try to stick with what they had in the catalog. So I just kind of left it. I might end up having to buy another pack of paper to accommodate class kids, but that's okay. All right. Now I have a piece of white daisy, and we're going to break out the scarlet and stamp. And this one's going to say, where did it go? Welcome to the world, little wonder. So let's ink that up in scarlet. And I might have to stand up to stamp this so I can see exactly where this goes down. Give it some pressure. It's a little off. I'm going to have to mute here really quick. I could feel a cough coming on, you guys. You want to cough in my microphone. All right, so let's put this up. We're going to pop this up on some dimensionals. And I think I have enough hearts. And let me open up my chamois over here because I'm going to have to clean some stamps in between. But let's get this on first. We're going to put that right across the heart. Is that crooked? Oh, it looked crooked to me. All right, so let's open the sapphire. We're gonna get the big stitched heart. Let me just double check and clean that off. All right, we're gonna stamp this a couple of times. We're gonna start up there, and then we're gonna put one down there, and that's all of that one. So let me clean that. And then I've got the small heart. I know that's clean. Let me double check. Yeah. We're going to stamp that in sapphire and put that one right next to this one down here. And then let me clean that little stamp. Yeah. I stamped the larger heart already. It's this stamp right here, and die cut it. So let's get a dimensional on the back of that one, just to save some time on that. And that one's going to go right next to that blue one. And then we have a blank one. I'm done with sapphire, but let me open up the scarlet one because we're going to stamp the stitched one in scarlet. And then let me bring this a little closer so I can see it. Go. I think that's the only one. Yep. Let me get a dimensional on the back of that one. And the red one that I just stamped is going to go right there. And then we're going to open up Jade. And let me get my small heart, my small solid heart. And we're going to stamp a heart up there. And then we're going to stamp another one right there. Oh, it looks odd. Let's see if I can, let me see if I can stamp over that. I'm probably about to mess this up. I just had to bring it a little closer. I'm going to leave it alone. Leave it alone, Barb. And then, oh, I had the one in shortbread that I did. Okay, so let me clean that off. I did another one in shortbread. So I'm going to stamp it in shortbread, on shortbread, and I'm going to give it a little, distress by just taking the ink that's left over on my dauber and just kind of distressing it a little bit. And throwing a dimensional on it. Actually, you know what? Let's just put that one down. Let's put that one flat. I think on my sample I had dimensional on it. Let's do, let's do that one flat and put that one kind of hanging out of right behind that one. And then I did pull a little die cut, the black die cut, and I'm gonna get a glue dot on the back of that. But in your kit, you might have a different one, or it might be what you see in the catalog. And we're just gonna put that right there. And that's it. That's it. Card number 3. Welcome to the world, little wonder. Card number 3. You like the hearts, Jackie? I wish they had more on the stamp set, or at least the die cuts. That way you could die cut more, you know. But card number 3. All right. Yay, we're doing good on time. Card number 4 is that one. And let me get all my pieces out. I got everything. Like I said, on this one, I'm not going to do anything with the envelopes, but this one says, I'd go anywhere with you. And I did a few modifications on the extra pieces there. And this one is a landscape card. So let's get this one going. Open up the sapphire. Let's stamp the back. And let me leave that open because I'm going to be stamping the sentiment in that. All right, so now we got this piece of pattern paper that we're going to put down first. And let's put it to where it's this way. There we go. Okay, and then I got a couple of more pieces of pattern paper. We got that one. And then we have the tire tracks or whatever, whatever they are. Let's put this piece down first because we're going to overlap the other piece. Let's leave about a half an inch from the edge. And then this one's going to go right next to it. I think my tracks are going in a different direction, but that's because on that one I had a piece of scrap that just happened to fit on there. So when I cut this other one, I just left it going up and down, which it doesn't really matter. Now on this one, we're going to be using the location zip strip. So let's get that down along the bottom. I put it about 1/4 of an inch or so close along the bottom right there. And oh no, I forgot to cut a piece. Uh-oh. But we can go ahead and stamp that in the meantime. I forgot to cut the piece I'm going to be stamping with there. Uh-huh. All right, let's see. Looking for my white pieces of extra cardstock here. I knew it was too good to be true, you guys. All right. There goes the envelopes. Bear with me. Had to go pull a scrap of some white daisy. All right, so now let's do, I'll still want to leave sapphire open, but I do need to open up scarlet because I want to go ahead and stamp the heart. We're going to try this again with the heart. Try to ink it up as best I can. See if it comes out any more clear than the first time I did it. Move that off to the side. And let's stamp this right in the middle. Give it some pressure. It's a little bit darker. I think with more use, it'll be more of a solid color. But I still kind of like the ruggedness of that. All right, so let me save that because I got to do one more thing to that piece. But I got to cut that piece that I forgot. So let me see what size that was. Let's do that. I didn't even look to see if this was, I think this is white daisy. It's okay. All right, so on this one on sapphire, we're gonna stamp, turn it the right way. I'd go anywhere with you. And we're gonna ink that up in sapphire and stamp it over here to the left side. And then we're not done with sapphire. Let me go ahead and do this while I have this piece open. Y'all remember this image that had the flight pattern in the heart with the little airplane at the end? Let me clean this really good because I am going to ink up just the plane. I probably got a couple of the dots, but I stamped the plane in sapphire. And now let's put that aside. And we're done with sapphire, but let me get the jade because on the side over here, I went ahead and stamped a couple of the arrows. Kind of like that. And then I put one of the die cuts over that. But we're going to put this down next. And slightly overlap that zip strip. And then let's put this up with some dimensionals. And peel them off. Go. I put 3 of them on there. So we can put this on kind of right there. And then I have one of these die cuts. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of that to pop that up. And we're going to put it right here, kind of facing that same direction. And then I have a couple of smaller black die cuts. I grabbed a heart and I grabbed one of the little, I don't know, a plus sign, an X, whichever way you turn it depends on what it looks like. So let me get a glue dot on the back of that. Alternatively, you could also use stickers. If you wanted to use stickers, kind of ball up that glue dot. So I'm gonna put that right there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the black little airplane. They're so cute. We ball it up so nothing sticks to it. There we go. And we'll have the airplane kind of going like that. And I think I don't have any extra pieces left over, but that's it. That is it. That's card number 4. So let me bring all the cards back, and I want you to tell me, let me bring this up a little bit, just a little bit. I want you to tell me which one is your favorite. You got card number 3. I'm sorry, that was card number 4. This is card number 3. Card number 2. And card number 1. Hopefully you can see all of those. I'll be doing a little different picture in the end so I can change my thumbnail. But which one is your favorite? Number 1, 2, 3, or number 4? While I move some of this around, just sat on my cat, on my son's cat at least. All right, so let's see. I think this is where I left off. Yeah, the little welcome to the world, little wonder would be a cute baby card. Thank you, Marcia. Hey, Shannon. There she is. Beverly likes all 4. She is equal opportunity here. Jackie likes number 3. 1 and 4 is Stella's favorite. Paula likes number 3. Beverly likes number 4 again. And Shannon likes number 3. So yeah, so this is the class kit for the month of, I gotta turn this heater off. I had the heater on this whole time because I was cold, but man, I sure warmed up pretty quick. But this is the class kit in the mail that you can get during the month of March, featuring the Let's Go Anywhere stamp set. This is a card making stamp set, but also the Let's Go Anywhere paper. And there are several ways you can get it. Your online order of $35 or more, when you join as a VIP, you can purchase it. And the VIPs, my VIPs get the tutorials for free. My mods will also get a kit as well. That'll have enough for 1 card in each one of them, but you'll also get the tutorials as well. I didn't put that on there, but that's a benefit of being a mod for me. So I hope you enjoyed the cards. We're going to do a quick drawing. I'm going to try to keep this to under an hour, you guys. So let me share my screen. And we got this one, and I do have some more announcements to do, so I'll try to be super quick through them. We're going to shuffle, and what are we giving away? Well, I pulled a package of, hopefully you can see that, of sparkles, clear sparkles. And I think it's enough shuffling, and let's spin this. was loud this time, you guys. All right, who's it? Roberta. Write this down so I can put this on the prize. Congratulations, Roberta. All right, got that there. And let me stop sharing and get back into StreamYard. Yes, congratulations. Yeah, all of these colors are very neutral. So, it does not matter what gender the baby is. I think all of these colors, and then if you really wanted to tone them down a little bit, the flip side to the cardstock is a lighter shade. So you could still totally do that. I totally agree with you, Paula. Yes, congratulations. So if you are here just to watch the demo and you need to go, you are free to go, but at the end of my videos, I also do a few announcements just so that you know. What are we doing here? Oh, our VIP program, because that's one of the ways that you can get the class kit for free in the month of March is if you sign up to be a VIP customer, where you can earn 15% of every single shopping visit you do in credit that you can use the next time. You can accumulate it. You can also get the free stamp of the month with a qualifying purchase, which a qualifying purchase is $50. And you can get it for free, or you can get the stamp of the month and the thin cuts at a significantly reduced price. And if you remember, the one for February is the Say It with Flowers. I did a couple of Sundays with several cards. If you want to go back and watch those videos, instantly you'll get a $15 VIP credit. It is an annual fee of $35. But instantly you'll get $15 in VIP credit that you can use right away. Also, with the customer program, the VIP customer program, you get access to exclusive specials throughout the year, which include events, credit bonuses for referring friends, exclusive product, and exclusive workshops that are designed only for VIP members. Also, beginning March 1st, we have Cardstock Carnival beginning. So during the month of March, you can save on individual cardstock packs, exclusive bundles, and a selection of cardstock border cuts. And this is a great time to take advantage of this opportunity to stock up on some cardstock. And let me go ahead and share my screen again, because I had a flyer up that I wanted to show you. I think you can see this. This is the Cardstock Carnival flyer, where you can purchase single color packs, excuse me. And each of these packs have 24 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. All our cardstock is 12 by 12, by the way, if you did not know that. But you can purchase single color packs of any of these colors. There's also bundles where there's 6 sheets of each color. And these are the pre-programmed bundles they have. Or in the more neutral tones, there'll be 8 sheets of each color. And then these are the coordinating die cuts that it referenced that you can get in these colors. There's 2 of each designs that are 1/4 by 12 inch to 1 inch by 12 inches. So they're already done for you, or you can take advantage of the super bundle, which includes 7 sheets of all 44 colors at a discount of 30% off for $196.95. And that'll get you every single color, multiple sheets. So that is Cardstock Carnival that begins March 1st and goes through the end of March. You can take advantage of that all month long. Also, don't forget my retreat. There are still 6 spots available. If you want to join us in the Texas Hill Country, or if you can't come, there's a to-go option available, and you can arrive Thursday or Friday, depending on when you can arrive. And if you live local and you want to sleep in your own bed, there are day retreat options available. And with this retreat, you're going to have your choice of what you want in your goodie bag. And your options are the Honey Bunny card making workshop, So enough supplies to make 16 cards, and it does contain the stamp and thin cuts. Or you can choose the Honey Bunny scrapbooking workshop. This one does not have a stamp or thin cuts, but I will have mine there available. So if you want to use it there, or with what I showed you today, this is the Let's Go Anywhere card making. These are 4 completely different cards that are part of that card making workshop you can do, but you do get the stamp and thin cuts, as well as enough supplies to make 16 cards, plus your stickers and everything else that goes with it. Or you can choose to do the layouts, the scrapbook workshop kit as well. So I am hoping the gnomes for spring has been put on hold because my gnomes are in Houston. They've been in Houston the last 2 days, y'all. So my alternative plan for next week is, if for some reason my gnomes don't show up by next Saturday by at least noon, I'm going to get started with the Honey Bunny, because by then it'll already be what, March the 2nd. Yeah, March 2nd is next Saturday. And so you'll be able to already purchase the Honey Bunny stuff. And I don't know, I might have to nix the gnomes if they don't show up, because they're only going to be available through the end of March. So that's why I was trying to get started with the gnomes, but who knew that it would take, 10 days to get from Utah to Houston, and then they're stalling out in Houston. So we will see. I'm still going to get them because I've already ordered them, but I don't know when I'll be able to do them. And it may just have to be another bonus live or something. I don't know. I don't want y'all to miss out on the gnome stuff. So anyway, let me catch up on some comments. Hello, Joanne. Can't see it. Can't see what? Uh-oh. I couldn't see my comments when I'm sharing my screen. What was it, Paula, that you couldn't see? Was it the flyer? Was it the flyer? Because it showed it was sharing the screen. Was it the flyer? I'm going to be updating my blog later this evening, so I will definitely include the PDF so you can download it. You didn't see the paper because it was covered. What did I cover it with? Let's see. Present, share, flyer. And of course, I can't see when I'm sharing my screen. I can't see comments, and I'm not logged in on my phone. Where's my phone? I don't even know where my phone is, y'all. Oh, here it is. I put it in the drawer. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. Well, I'll definitely include the link where you can download the. Okay, I see it. I logged into Facebook and I see it on my screen. So hopefully you can see it as well. It shows the cards in a smaller window, and I'm on this page on the flyer. So I'm not sure why it won't, why you couldn't see it. I want to stop sharing so I can get back into StreamYard. Oh, that's what you didn't see? It's weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to update my blog this evening when I post all of this stuff. And so I'm definitely going to include a link where y'all can go download the flyer if you want to download it and save it to your computer. But I'm sorry about that. I thought I was showing everything. But anyway, that is it, guys. I think I got all my banners. Yeah, that was it. That is it. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday afternoons and your evenings. For those of you that are Walking Dead fans, tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rick and Michonne. We're going to find out what happened to Rick and Michonne. But other than that, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday afternoons wherever you are. Enjoy your evenings, enjoy your dinners. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Get out, get some sunshine, fresh air. And we will see you all next Saturday night at 7 p.m. If gnomes show up, we'll do gnomes, but if they don't, we'll be doing honey bunny. So we will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.